getting scared?
Yeah, I was getting scared. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Rebuild It. This is our finale on the Chrysler Crossfire SRT-6. So it hasn't taken a whole long time to get this one done, but it was just a lot of waiting for parts and stuff like that, and also doing other cars at the same time. But by the time this video is over, you will know what all we did to finish it up and what it cost us. We're going to do a price breakdown, so stay tuned till the end. And we'll take the first drive, so it should all be a lot of fun. Right, so we are back on the Crossfire, and first thing I want to do is start getting everything back together in this floorboard, like our little guards, and then set the seat in here and hook the wires up, get the wires hooked back to everything that's unplugged. And then once I have everything plugged up, start it up, and then if we do still have some airbag lights or anything else, then we'll hook the scanner to it and see what the scanner is seeing, if we can reset it. Alright, so I've got everything reconnected back down there, put back in. All the cables are snapped back in, so now I'm going to go ahead and set a seat in there. I'm not going to bolt it in or anything, I'm just going to set it in and start it up. I want to check thanks to my daughter-in-law for reminding me to check the heated seats, make sure that there's no issues with those, so I haven't even thought about that yet. So we'll put those in, we'll check heated seats, we'll check the motion of the seats all over again, windows, what kind of lights we've got and all that. All right, so our seats are sitting in there and I'm all hooked up. I think everything is connected except for the power mirrors. And I just hooked the battery up, so let's move the seat back so I can even get in. Okay. So like I said, the goal is, the reason I put the carpet in is I just want to make sure the airbag light goes off. So we've got an airbag module underneath the seat, and we've got the main SRS module up there. So in case we have to send those off, or that one off, to get reset or anything, I don't want to cover it back up. So, well, let's start it up, see what we get. All right, so we've got a low tire monitor or thing, low fuel, and the airbag light. The AC is working. Now, dare I try the heated seat? Good call, daughter-in-law. That's not working. Main thing is I gotta try to figure out what's going on with that airbag light. So let's hook the scanner onto it, see what kind of codes we've got. Maybe there's some kind of code reset that'll change all this stuff. Okay, so I've got the scanner connected and it's scanning everything, all the different modules, and trying to figure out if we get any error codes and what needs to happen. So this will take a while probably. So okay, so after all that, I don't think the scanner communicates with this car. I think there's too much Mercedes in it to get it to clear codes and stuff, so I'm gonna have to get somebody with a higher tech scanner to clear the codes, or at least tell me if I have to send that SRS module off. I'll do some research and find out if that has to be reset as some kind of service other than just being able to do it with the scanner. So I don't want to put carpet back in until all that is right. Okay, so it is a few days later, and I ended up taking the Crossfire to a guy I know that has a really expensive diagnostic snap-on tool, and he hooked it up and was able to turn off the airbag lights, so that's good. The only other issue we still have is we have a low pressure tire pressure light that comes on, and he checked and said there's not even any kind of, so these aftermarket wheels, whenever they put them on, they didn't put the sensors in the wheels, so we'll have to either put those in or address that. And then the other thing with the heated seats, he was not able to speak to the heated seat module with his equipment, so I want to check and make sure, first of all, that we've got power going to these. I think the modules are actually like behind these switches, and we're just getting no lights at all. That's the only thing that's left on the car that's not working. Okay, so I'm pulling out the dash part again, got the radio out, and I pulled this out, got ready to check the plug, and the plug is not plugged up. So hopefully that is the heated seats. So let's plug it in and check and see if we got lights. All right, here goes. Ha 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 ha. So that is low. That is high. Let's check the other side. I'll let you know if I feel it heating up. Passenger side definitely heated up. Your back and your seat. Could not feel any heat coming out of the driver's side. So when I take all this back out to put the carpet in, I'll have to do some checking and making sure everything's unplugged or plugged under the seat, and making sure there's power going to that. So I don't think it'll be that big a deal. Okay, so this is the, I've got the heated seat light on, power on to the car, and this is the power to the heated seats. It's either this one or this one, but I got power to both, so it doesn't really matter. So that is good to the seat. Well, I don't see anything wrong in the seat either, so it could be a bad element or just not making a good connection in the switch. I mean, in the plug. So, but either way, it doesn't matter about putting the interior back together other than that seat. So I'll think about it and decide what I want to do. So let's go ahead and start putting all the plastics together, get the accelerator pedal back out, and then we'll put the carpet in. Hey guys, so I wanted to remind you kind of what happened on this carpet deal. This was probably the biggest issue we had with the whole Crossfire rebuild, was trying to get the carpet to dry. And so after sitting it out in the sun, which we had 90-degree temperatures that week, let it set out in the sun for a whole week, still did not get dry. When you felt back up underneath all that foam padding, it was still wet. Put it in a room, a sealed room with a dehumidifier for a week. It was still wet. So what I ended up doing on the carpet is, you can see here on this foam, some of it I just pulled back. Some of it I cut with a knife and made a nice sharp edge and pulled it all back. And I found out if I took this all off, I could just turn it upside down and let the sun dry it out really fast. And then I found this stuff I still had in the shop from another project that was called 3M Foam Fast 74. And it's an orange spray. You spray it on both surfaces, and wherever you spray it, whenever you connect those two things together, it better be where you want it to be, because it holds it. So it worked really good in getting this carpet back together. This is what it looked like. All right, so there's one piece in. That's a lot of wrestling around to get that thing in there. All right, so I'm still in the process of putting plastics stuff in. I've got the accelerator pedal all mounted, and I've got plastics that are up underneath that you can't see. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do that one there, and all these around here, and just get everything done in here except for the seat. Okay, so this side is ready to put the seat in, and we'll go ahead and put the carpet in on the other side and get it finished. And we'll put the console in. Right, so we have the console in, and everything's vacuumed, ready for seats. I checked the switch for the mirrors, and they all work. So let's put the passenger seat in and get the power hooked up to that. Alright, so passenger side is in. Man, those seats are nice. Everything worked good over there. So before I put this one in, I'm gonna kind of look at the connections again underneath the driver's seat for that heated seat. And then we'll get this installed. And all we got left is the little rubber thing that goes on the emergency brake. So the next goal, now that I've got the interior finished on the Crossfire, is to get these headlights off. And there is a pile of mud and dirt that I've knocked out of the suspension of it. So this thing was definitely in water going by that had mud in it, and so I'm wondering about all the plates that are up underneath the car, like just the coverings. When I take those off, like how much dirt and mud is up underneath there. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna jack it up and get that front plate off, and then we'll see what's involved trying to get the bumper off. All right, so I just dropped this tray down. Check this out. Probably weighs 10 pounds of mud. So I'll go dump that somewhere and then wash this thing off. And it's not like just disgusting under there. So there's 2 bolts right in here that I've got out. I've got the fender liners off, and I've got the lights unhooked, fog lights and the little side markers. Same thing on this side, and then I've got these bolts right here out. So this thing should be loose enough to just lift off. So we'll see if it does, and then we'll get the headlights out and get them back to the shop. Okay, so there it is. That wasn't too bad. I do have 2 broken fender liners. This one over here just was all in pieces, and this one over here is broken too. So we'll order a couple of those, and then need to wash all this out. It's got some up in the radiator, some mud and stuff. So we'll get all that clean. All right, so I just took the Crossfire out and washed all the mud and junk off the front. Got to make sure the radiator was clean before I cover all this back up again. So the headlights are ready to reinstall, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then we will put the bumper back on. Then I've got new pieces that were destroyed right here, these little fender liner things that go up in front of the wheel, front tire, and behind the bumper. So I've got new ones of those to put in, and hopefully we can get this front end back together tonight. All right, so let's test all the lights. Got fog lights, side lights, headlights. Just make sure everything works before we bolt it all back on. So everything works, so let's shut it back off and get it bolted up. Okay, so got this side done. Thing went right back together correctly. That's what the new fender liner piece is. This is a access panel to get, I don't know if you can see it or not, to get into the, change the fog light bulb if you need to. Don't those headlights look really nice now that I got them all installed? Guess what? Forgot to put the gaskets back on. So now all the bumper has to come back off again, and the headlights back off again, so I can put these back on. Aww. I must get in too big a hurry because this happens to me quite often. Okay, so I've got it all back together. I want to give it a quick wash. It hasn't been washed yet since we've had it, so looks pretty good. Man, those headlights make a huge difference. It's almost dark, but I think we got it all cleaned up. Still got to do some detailing on those wheels. Those are hard wheels to clean because they're so recessed. I need to get some like brake dust cleaner and stuff. But man, even washing this thing is really clean. I mean, it hardly has any nicks or scratches or anything. I guess because it's only got 13,000 miles. But I think I'll go in and see if my mom wants to take the first test drive with me, since she let me put this in her shop for the last several weeks. She hasn't been able to change her oil or change head gaskets in her car or anything the whole time I've been doing her shop, so she deserves a ride. Alright, so Paul and I are here, and we're going to give the old Crossfire SRT kind of it's actually the second test drive because the first one didn't turn out so well. But let's jump in here and I'll start, and then you want to drive it? I'll let you drive it in a minute too, after I drive it a little bit.
You drive it first and I will.
Okay. Alright, so here we go. I'm on a little side road here. I'm going to get out on the main drag, and I just saw Paul reach over and turn the traction control off. Man, it's got some.
Yeah, it does. Get up and go.
Steps up fast. I wonder what it feels like to do the manual shift.
I'm telling you right now, we need a brake over here.
Push it.
Both feet slammed into the floorboard. Really, it's not bad. It handles well.
Yeah, it's like right around these curves. I'm just like sticking to the road here. It's not the Corvette, but it's real close. I mean, it's really low, firmly planted, and it just stays right on that line.
It does, don't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Whoops. Going real fast for this road. You can't tell it.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I think this is 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. I think is what
This ain't faster than 5 seconds.
Alright, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to let Paul try this thing. You're going to give it a little test to see what it does. Okay, you're testing it. You're testing it.
You believe I had almost
No, you did not, unless we're in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Or 60.
Hey. I mean, that thing, for a 6-cylinder, that thing pulls really good.
It don't. I mean, it just gets on the road and just stays. Was you getting scared?
Yeah, I was getting scared. Alright, we're going to head back. That was fun.
I like it. It's a fun driving thing. Okay, got one question. What do you want for this thing?
All right, guys, it's time for the price breakdown. This finale episode of the Crossfire. All right, here we go. So, auction, we bought this car for $8,500. The fees from Copart, and remember I had to buy this through a broker, so you add all those fees together, it was $1,318. The fluids, transmission fluid, oil, filters, all that kind of stuff, $277, which is super high for a car, and $86 just for the oil change in it, and I did it myself. Little license plate light in the back, $30.69. The central lock vacuum pump, that pump that was in the bottom of the trunk that kept us from being able to unlock anything and all that when we first got the car, it had all the lights flashing and all that. That was $189.99. I spent on the seat repair, which is all the little motors and the controls and all that for the seats that have been wet, $301.26. Airbag modules, $56, including the reset where I had a friend come in with his computer and reset the airbag light. Fender liner, $63.06. The headlight restoration, which was just clear coat, pretty much, $44.44. New grill, $80. The trip down there to get it, which was included feeding Paul, $200.90. Inspection fee, $31, and then miscellaneous little clips and stuff like that, $7.02. So you add all that together at $11,100.22. So what is that? What do we do on this? Is $11,100? Is that a good deal for this? A 2005 SRT6 with 13,000 some odd miles. What do you guys think I could sell this for? It seems like to me that's quite a bit for this, but I mean I should be able to make a little bit on it. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. What should I be able to sell this for, and do you think I'll make a profit? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Rebuild It and this little series. I think we only had 3 parts on this car since it was such minor amounts of work. But it was interesting. I always wanted one of these, especially at SRT6. They are fun to drive, and as you can see from the driving footage, man, it really has a lot of pep. And if you guys enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up down below and share us with your friends. And please remember to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
And always remember, don't retire it if you can rebuild it. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and watching this week's episode of Rebuild It. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome content. Have a good one.